Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. All right. As you can see, right now it's about 3:09 a.m. Monday morning. And right now, I'm just looking for a setup. We'll look for between 3. And we're gonna look for it between 4. So essentially, we're looking at the silver bullet. I want to look for an inversion to go lower because we're above the midnight open, or if I see the bullish order blocks or support and price, I'm gonna look for price to be like a magnet going towards this new week opening gap from December 30th. Right now it looks like it wants to go up there, but I'm just paying attention. This is the 15-minute chart. So I just want to see if it goes all the way up there and then react, come back down. So right now we're just waiting to see what happens, right? Just drop down to the 2-minute. Okay, see price from here. Just marking out what I see right now. I'm gonna include the volume balance. Okay, so right there, price react. And now we're between the 3 a.m. and 4 a.m. silver bullet here. So we're just waiting to see if we get an opportunity to participate in the market. And also to note, we're above previous day high. So essentially we want to look for sells. But if we have a drawn liquidity and we see that price is supporting to go up here, then we might participate in that, right? Or if it wants to come back during the macro time, which is what I'm going to pay attention to as well, see what happens there, then we could participate. But if it gets real animated, it will go up here, right? So I'm either looking for price to be supported to go towards this here, or if it doesn't support it and it breaks down, then I look for an inversion to go back to the midnight open or go below these lows. These are sell side, right? These are sell side liquidity. So as I mentioned, we're just sitting down, we're waiting to see what happens. So you guys could see it a bit better. See what's to the left. this. I'm gonna watch this fair value gap there. I'm gonna watch this if it wants to treat it as an inversion and then go towards here, or it respects it and then goes below it. As I mentioned, we just waiting to see what happens. Excuse me, drink some water. Yeah, we're just waiting. And right now I'm staying on the 2-minute chart. I do have other charts pulled up, what I'm looking at as well. So not just solely, I'm just showing the 2-minute. Here. I like trading at the London Silver Bullet. I don't know, there's something about it. Even though it's pretty early here, I'm in New York, so waking up at 3 a.m. and going through the charts. Usually set my alarm like around 3, and then I don't really rush to go towards the chart because I know, I don't want to, might be something, but usually I have my setup. I just need to turn my computer on and I'm on the charts, and I mark up my previous day high, previous day lows, and I'll also look at my midnight open. And then I like to see what happens from 2 to around 3. So usually you want to treat this as like a Judas swing, right? Especially when we come above the midnight open like that, we want to treat this as like a Judas swing. or that's what I'm treating it as. I have another fair value gap here, so we just want to be mindful. You don't want to take this one yet as a inversion. Or to take this one because right now price is respecting it right there. So put that in. Now, if price closes below this, then I'll look to take a short. So as ITC, I keep saying ITC. As ICT mentioned, we're not reacting to price, right? We'll let price does what it wants to do, and then if it gives us an opportunity, then we go in. Right now, I don't see anything. So I'm just trying to frame a setup from what's in the chart at the moment. Now, if price respects this, then we'll see what happens after that. I don't want to assume what's going to happen. Here include volume balance. So now we see that this order block here, fair value gap, that could be an entry. I know I used to, and I know some folks also trades fair value gap with order block. This is the one that they would trade to try to take price above inversion fair value gap models. People are looking for this to get broken, and then when it comes back, then we go down. Then we try to take a sell down. But now that we see that price is supporting this fair value gap here, price supports, and then it rallies up. Now we just see if we want to break this 2-minute fair value gap that it created, and then we could take a buy going towards this and going towards this. As I mentioned, we're just basically reading price with some options that could happen. Not saying that it is going to happen, but based on what price is given, that's what we're looking at. Now these few candles is going to tell me something. Reason why, because we respect this fair value gap, right? And then the creative one above hit. went back up, respect this, right? And now the lower half trading to there, and then it's coming back down. Now if this candle breaks this, then we gotta realize, okay, we might want to go lower. So let's just see what happens. That's why it's good to mark out your fair value gaps, and then you try to see what price is doing, then we react. Or better yet, engage in price action based on what it's telling us, or based on what it's doing, and we're interpreting it as. At the end of the day, this is we're doing technical analysis, right? And this is technical science. All right, so see how we break that? Now we're waiting for like around 10 seconds for price to close below that. Once price close below that, I'm going to take a sell right here. Yeah, like about here. I'm gonna put in 1 second. I don't think I'm all right. All right, so set a limit price. Now we're looking to get tapped in. Gonna remove this. Okay, so now we're in. I'm gonna put a stop loss above here. Yeah, I'm gonna put a stop loss about here. I want to see price respect this here. This whole move this for a second. I want to see price respects this. I'm joined like almost like a zone, but I want to see price respects this here. I don't want to see price go above here. So my stop loss, I'm gonna put my stop loss here. Let's take this off. See what price does here. This is the 330 candle. Now, I don't like it's pushing up so much. We have this 2-minute fair value gap here. Price respected it, and then now it looks like it wants to break it. Price looks too strong here, so what I'm going to do, I'm gonna cut my law. 1 second, let's see what it does. Yep, I'm gonna cut this here because now it's moving too strong. I'm gonna cut that, and then I'm gonna look for this to be the inversion. Because if we're looking for price to go, if we're taking sells, right? Excuse me. If we're looking for sells, we don't want price to come back towards this. It respected it already, and now it's going back there. So we don't want it to do that, right? The fact that it's doing that means it's going to break it, and then maybe we could look for a buying opportunity. So let's see what happens there. This is what happens, you know, not all inversion is going to work. We just have to read price, and once we see that it's being broken, then we could cut our losses short, and then see another opportunity inside price action. So yeah, if I'm taking sells and I see price, this fair value gap respected, and then going below this fair value gap, treat it as an inversion, and then looking for a sell, and price went all the way back up, yeah, price is strong, price is bullish right now. So I'm just gonna wait for a close above that, and then we're gonna get in. Stop loss gonna go under here, and I think what I lost like around $69-$70 on that trade. So looking to make that back, you know, at least end in break even or on plus. So we'll see. Like around 15 seconds before this candle closes. Alright, so candle close outside of it. I'm gonna go in and mark it. So I'm gonna buy here. Did not work. Okay, there we go. Mark it in. My stop loss under here. Then we're not gonna put a take profit in as yet. Because now we're expecting price to go above, right? Unless it's a seek and destroy. But I don't think so. The way price action is moving, we just pull back there, and then broke bearish fair value gaps, and then we reacted to price based on what it's giving us. So now I'm gonna sit back and just, you know, let the trade plays out. If I get this one wrong again, that is my last trade for today. May look for another setup at 10 if I see something, but only if I see something. So right now I'm about where I took that first trade in about 350 to 410. We're gonna be coming up on a macro. Now price usually spool during that time, could run towards liquidity or could be a retracement. All depends on what price is doing again. So we're gonna see what price does there, and then remove our stop loss. Right. Right now I might lock in one. I'll take off something here. I've already taken a loss, so I'm gonna sell one here, and I'm gonna reduce my stop loss to about there. Now, as we mentioned, this is a 2-minute fair value gap to the left. Now if price breaks this, I'm gonna treat this as an inversion, and I'm gonna move my stop loss to break even or better, because if we go above this, I don't want to see price comes back all the way down here, right? So that's what I'm looking at right now. If price goes above this, stop loss moves to break even or better, and then think about taking off another one and then leave a runner. But yeah, let's see. Modify this. Oh, we're at 2. Okay, so it looks like price is gonna go above there. So now I'm not gonna move it too fast. This is a 2-minute fair value gap. It's not labeled, but this is a 2-minute fair value gap, and we already closing above half there. This is a 2-minute fair value gap. Usually I don't like to see my chart this messy, but just for I guess visual purposes, I'm just gonna leave it there. Okay, so you see how price close above that. I'm gonna move stop loss to break even or better. Look around there. This is what I'm not gonna get greedy, so let's see. Entered right here. Stop loss was below here, and now we're at here. So 1 to 2. You know what? I'm gonna take another one off, and I'm gonna leave a runner. I'm gonna leave a runner because usually I just aim for 1 to 2, but I don't want to be greedy, so I'm gonna sell another one here. I don't want to be greedy because that's 1 to 2, right? I usually aim for that, so I already made back what I lost on that first trade, and now I'm gonna modify this to 1. Nope. And now for me, this is a risk-free trade. So let me see. I'm gonna put my stop loss here. If price comes back, I wanted to respect this fair value gap, and I also wanted to respect the this inversion as well too. So if price comes back down here, I don't want to be in the trade anymore. So what is this? 97.25. Hmm. 94. Sorry. Yep, 94.25. So 94.25. So right now we just basically sitting back. Let price does what it wants to do. Initially, this is my draw, but we'll see if price gets there. I don't have to get there. I just want to know what my draw was. You know, I was thinking about 2 things. Price is below. Price is above the midnight open, so I was looking for sells. But after drawing out this, so price could have went 2 ways, right? Initially I was thinking it would go higher towards this new week opening gap, or it would go lower because we're above the midnight opening price. And right now we're in the macro 350 to 410. want to treat this as a breakaway gap. I want to see this treated as a breakaway gap. And then stop loss could be moved beneath this inversion. So right now price is high, very high. Let's see if it wants to move towards there. We'll see how the other candles close, and that's gonna let us know if we want to be in the trade anymore or not. Excuse me, I'll be fine if price comes back down here. Cause I already took off so on the table, as I mentioned, made back what I lost on that trade, looking for sells. Realize I was wrong, took a buy in this fair value gap here. So you see how, let me take this off. You see how this was a fair value gap and price respected it, went lower. So in my head, I'm like, okay, this one price closed beneath. I'm going to treat it as an inversion to go lower towards the midnight open, which is what I typically look for. But if price has a reason to go above that, when it's above the midnight opening price, then this is an example of that, right? We're way above the midnight opening price, and we should be looking for sells, right? That's what we should be looking for. But price is telling us it wants to go higher. So when price went back up, look back at the trade, it was a 2-minute fair value gap. Price respected it, went lower, going below this fair value gap that I had there, and I was looking for sells, but price went back up, broke it, making this 2-minute into an inversion. So once it does that, I'm looking at, okay, it might want to go higher. Also, just something to note, whenever a fair value gap gets broken like this, after it respected and went down and get broken, look in your charts. You guys have to do some back testing and this forward testing. You know, it's gonna take a lot of sacrifice. Right now I'm up at, it's what, 354, and I got work in the morning, right? So if we want this, we gotta stick towards it. We gotta stick to it, and we gotta do what 99.9% people don't want to do, because most people are sleeping right now, if I'm being honest. Anyways, when price respects like a fair value gap like this and then breaks down and then went back up and break it, for me, what I realized, that's like a strong signature in price once it breaks it. That's why this inversion fair value gap model is so powerful, because if price went up here, right, as I mentioned in the video, if price went up here and I'm looking for price and it respects it, I'm looking for price to go lower, I don't want to see price comes back up here. Like, I don't want to see that. It could do it and then do like a reclaim of that fair value gap and then went back lower, but I don't want to see it. That's why I closed the trade early, and I'm like, okay, I might be wrong on the draw. Once it does that, breaks this, all I do is flip it. That's really all you have to do. Flip it. You're not gonna be right 100% at the time, but this is a high probability model that plays out most of the time. And if you take a loss and you see that the fair value gap is gonna be be reclaimed or retested, whatever word you want to use, then we close a trade and then we look for price going the opposite direction. That's really it. That's really what I did in this trade here, and just wanted to mention that. just in case anybody's wondering what was I thinking, my thought process. If I wasn't in a trade, I wouldn't be looking for anything right now. Price is way too high for me to look at anything. But could lay down because I already took profits off the table, and this is just my runner, so I'm gonna let it does what it does, right? I'm gonna let it run. See how price, you see, look at this. And as I mentioned, I wouldn't take in a trade here if I miss anything down here, but look how this fair value gap here from the 2 minute that I marked out to the left there. Just go back towards it. Look at this 2 minute fair value gap here. I'll mark this out, and price closes above it, right? Price closes above it, and use it as an inversion. Watch. See, close above it, comes back, hit it, and then rallies. So this fair value gap is now a inversion fair value gap, right? So now I'm going to treat this as a breakaway gap, and I'm going to move my stop loss to the low of that inversion. If price comes back and stop me out, that's perfectly fine, but I want to treat this as an inversion. Thinking price is going to be, price already support this, so if price comes back down here, I don't want to be a part of that trade. And I understand that this is a runner, and I should let the runner does what it wants to do, but I'm also trading a prop firm. I don't want to say who I trade at the moment. I don't have any affiliate with them or anything. Matter of fact, I don't care. It is Top Step. I use Top Step, so I don't want to go over the amount you could make in a day because of the consistency rule. So that's why I keep moving my stop loss, and I'm looking at what I'm making. So I keep moving the stop loss and just managing the trade, and managing also the rules set up by Top Step, so I don't break any rules. You know how that goes for anyone that's trading prop firms. Eventually my goal is to stop trading prop firms, but I want to use prop firm as a, what's the word I'm looking for? I want to use it as a vehicle, right, to fund my personal account, right? So I'm building that up right now, but in the meantime, we're trading prop firm, right? gonna move my stop loss to the top now of this inversion in this order block. So you see how it's creating order block and it's supporting, so it creates it here, come back down, hit it, and now it's respecting it. Now when I see price doing that and I move my stop loss, I don't expect price, well, not that I don't expect, I don't want price to come back down there, and if it does, I don't want to be in the trade anymore. So that's why I'm moving it there. And as you can see, I don't use, not all the time, I use a take profit, right? I use my stop loss as a take profit, if that makes sense. So as I mentioned again, look back at the trade. What I did was I measure my 1 to 2, and I know how much I lost on the first trade, so I made that back plus more, and that was like a 1 to 2.2 or something like that. It took off, I had 3 contracts, I took off 2, and I'm leaving this as a runner, and I don't have any take profit in. I would have been out the trade and all of this would have been gone, right? So I'm using my stop loss as a take profit. Even though I'm not taking profit all the way up here, I'm managing the trade in a way, if price comes back here, I don't want to be in that trade anymore, right? And really price should be here, but I'm gonna do, let's see. Yeah, if price comes here, I might just, let's see. Yeah, it might want to be out in the trade now. Let's see what it does. This is an order block. If it closes all the way down there, then we could look for price to go lower, but I'm not really stressing about that at the moment. Even though we want our runners to do what it does, right? We want to let it run, but that's okay too. That's okay if it comes back. It's perfectly fine. Also, as we come close to the ending, or if we did end the silver bullet hour, so if price comes back, knock me out, I just want to say thank you for staying this long and watching the video, hearing my breakdown, what I was thinking. So I truly do appreciate the time you took to sit down and watch this, even if you're watching on your phone, if you skip ahead, whatever the case may be. Thank you for watching, and thank you for coming to the channel. As I said, I'm gonna be doing these breakdowns, and I like doing breakdowns during live trade. I don't like doing it during hindsight, because everyone will say, you know, it's hindsight, and I get it, but it does work. Yes, we're gonna lose trade. It's not 100%, guys. It's all about probability, and once the probability is in your favor, then we enter the trade, and then we let it play out, right? But again, thank you all. Let's grow this channel. Let's get it out there. And let's build. Let's make some money, because that's what we're in trading for, right? We're trying to make money. We're trying to, you know, supplement our income, or we want to just you know, move our income from a 9 to 5 and focus on trading full time. So there's a couple of things, depending on what your plan is. You know, trading could be a vehicle to that, right? If you want to open up a clothing store, if you want to open up a business, any type of business you want to open, and you know you don't have the money to do it, trading could be a vehicle or a trading vehicle, to that, right? So just stick to it, man. Just stick to it. Because I remember before I used to, see setups, and I'm like, oh man, I don't want to lose. I'm not gonna go in this trade. I don't want to lose. Just the fear of losing. But I said to myself, like, why am I fearing to lose? Like, I'm gonna lose. Like, I'm going to lose. No matter how high probability the trading strategy is, I'm gonna take losses, right? You're gonna take losses. It's not 100%. That's why, I made that mistake of taking that loss earlier. But I bounced back from that, right? Because I believe in the strategy. I believe in what price is doing, and I've seen this so many times. So I just implore you, man, just go to your charts, study all you can. If you working 9 to 5, overnight, find some time to get on the charts, do some studying, back testing, forward testing, find out what type of learner you are. For me, I'm a visual learner, so I have a lot of screenshots, and I use OneNote to save all my screenshots and all these trading setups, all the patterns, how price react to it. As I mentioned, I've seen this so many times, price reacting to it, drop, and then closing above it, turn it into an inversion. I love that signature in price because it could do it one way too, right? But when I see that one, I'm like, okay, this is something. So yeah, man, just stick to it, man, because money's here to be made. When I'm talking to the trader right now that's struggling with over trading, struggling with fear of missing out, if you wanted to get in price all the way up here, for me personally, it was too high. I'd rather get down here and then pyramid here, but and I would have pyramid if I didn't take that early loss, but that's in the past. But yeah, like I mentioned, man, like, just stick to it, bro. Just stick to it. Because money's here to be made. You saw me made a mistake, and now you see me making that back plus more. You hear my voice. Am I nervous? Am I stressed? Nope. Did it take me a long time to get here? Yeah. That's why I made this YouTube channel, because I want to, help in any way I can. Because I used to struggle with fear of missing out. I'm gonna lose, worry. But I just said to myself, if I want to do this, why am I scared? I'm just gonna be scared all my life and just watch these setups that I taken screenshots of, thousands of screenshots, right? And I may do a video of that. But yeah, find out what learner you are. Are you a visual learner? Do you have to read? Now, the charts is more visual. So if you're a learner that you have to read to understand, you have to lean into being a visual learner, because we're looking at the charts now and things are visual, right? So that's why I knew, trading is something that I could do, because I'm a visual learner. I have to see it multiple times. That's why I have thousands of screenshots, as I mentioned, for this. So yeah, man, just stick to it. You can do it. As somebody who didn't believe they could do it, it took me some time. And yes, you got to do some work. Trust me, it's not easy. But once you believe in yourself, just believe in yourself, man. Once you believe in yourself, I tell you, nothing could hold you back, no matter what nobody says. Just believe in yourself, bro. I'm gonna move my stop loss below here. That is 22.25. 22.25. Lock in some more profits there with the runner. So yeah. Just gotta do it. Just gotta do it, man. And I hope y'all sat and watched this whole video. I said I was gonna chop it up or speed it up to make it a bit faster, but honestly, man, this is not TikTok. I'm sorry. You're not gonna learn from me speeding up for you to see take profit. And if you're not listening to what I'm saying, or just like, looking at what I'm doing, then it doesn't make any sense to speed up something so you could get a high of dopamine, and then that's it. Then you just go back and not execute, right? You're not taking action. So I'm not gonna speed it up. I'm gonna leave it all the way. Now, it depending on how long it is, I might probably do like a 1 speed, right? So you could still hear my voice and still see what I'm doing, but not too fast, where you just, see the entry, and then a couple minutes later I'm at the, I got stopped out. It doesn't make any sense. As I mentioned, I used to do that, right? I used to go to channels. I used to go to ICT channel, and I see his execution, and I'm like, oh man, I gotta speed this up. But I didn't learn anything. But once I stopped and I listened to what he's thinking, listen to his thought process, what is he thinking price is gonna do, right? And then I realized, like, that's it. Like, I get it. He's long-winded. I get it. I do. But I'm telling you, he has stuff to say. He has stuff to say. You just have to go. You just have to get through it. As I mentioned, I've been up since like around 3, trading the silver bullet, and I'm telling you, like, as I mentioned, like, most people are sleeping right now, right? So you have to do what most people don't want to do. And what most people don't want to do, they don't want to sit through a video and watch it for its entirety. They want to skip. They want to, quick hit of dopamine, and that's it. Fast trade, fast speed up the video. Why? Because of, TikTok mentality. But if you sit down and listen to what ICT has to say, even though it's long-winded, even though his rants, there's always value there, I think, and that's how I interpret it. So at first I'm like, oh man, I can't do this. But after a while, I'm like, if I want this, if I want to be profitable, if I want to take this trading for a long time, I have to listen to what he's saying. I'm using his concepts, right? I'm using his concepts, so I have to listen. I prayed for this, man. I prayed for this, so I'm not gonna take that for granted at all. And I'm not gonna take his life work for granted, because I feel like I prayed, and even though he was doing it for a long time, I prayed that someone will come and just like open my eyes to price action. Like, literally, I prayed to God, asking for guidance, asking for, like, help me so I could help others. And about in that same month, I remember watching, I believe her name is Hannah Forex on YouTube. I was watching her video, and that's how I got introduced to ICT. I watched her video to the entirety. You see what she was saying. She was using some words like, fair value gap, order block, and all these things, and I'm like, I never heard this before, and I got interested. And once I discovered her, I went to ICT channel, and I'm like, oh man, there's a lot of content. So if you're going to his channel, you're like, oh man, this is a lot of stuff, like, where do I start? All I gotta say, just start. Honestly, just start. You could start with the 2022, you could start with the silver bullet. Those, I would say, give you like a good framework. It's not just like you learn about order blocks or propulsion blocks or fair value gap. Yes, you could learn those individually, but I feel like the 2022 or the ICT silver bullet, it gives you like a framework, right? So you could start there, in my opinion. But anything, just start, man. Let's see what price is doing here. This should include the volume imbalance. Okay. Now if price closes above this candle here, I'm going to treat that as a bullish order block and lock in some more profit with my stop loss. If not, and the price comes back, that's fine as well. Stop loss is below here. Yep. So the price, spool some more, then I'll look to move my stop loss a bit higher, lock in some more profits. Excuse me, I'll get some water. Let's check out the 15 minute. The 15 minutes done. Okay. Okay. Come back down. It's off of there. It's if you can see my time, but right now it is 4:24 a.m. New York time. And I'm still in front of charts, but I'm about to get ready to do a workout, make some breakfast, then head out. If I have some time, I'll complete this, edit up this video, get it uploaded today, definitely today, get it uploaded to YouTube. So I wanna bust a workout. I wanna just a workout in. I wanna get a workout in. But I also wanna go lay down for a second. Just rest for a little bit and wake back up. But I don't have that luxury. Just like I said, just have to do what most people don't want to do. Sacrifice that you gotta make for yourself, for your future, if this is something that you want to do. Because I'd be lying to you if I tell you that I'm not tired. I'm tired, but I'm not sleepy. If that makes sense. Because I'm so locked in, man. I'm so locked in. Tired because it's around 4:30 in the morning. You know, it's a Monday, so I'm looking here if I want to move my stop loss below these lows, but just to close the trade out. And that's one of the things too, like I find pretty annoying. It's like you can't make a certain amount, because if I let this run, right, that'll be awesome. But in my personal account, I'll let it run. But with the prop firm rules, you can't make a certain amount. So you have to look at that as well too. Like, gotta be mindful. So I'm probably gonna move this a little bit closer. Let's see. I'm gonna move it to 34.00, and if it takes me out, that's fine. Probably gonna stop out, and then we'll close this up. And then no promises, but might upload some more this week. If I get any setups, we're just looking for setups, right? So if we find any, we'll take them and we'll get them posted. And as I mentioned, I have some plans for the channel. I'm hoping to grow this channel where I could start doing live stream, some other stuff, on the channel. But as I mentioned, a lot of full-time traders out there, they could do that. I can't at the moment. As I mentioned, I'm just trying to get out the 9-to-5 struggle. And also try to make some extra income from trading, and it is possible. So that's the point. That's the point. That's the goal, I should say. That's the goal. That's the point, and that's the goal. Seems like this thing want to keep running, because if price closes above that high, then those consecutive down close candles becomes one bullish order block. And this is just another note why I use my stop loss as a take profit, because if price want to trend in that direction after entering in that window of 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. and if price wants to spool and goes higher, I'm not gonna put a take profit and get out, right? Especially if it's a runner. If it's a take profit for like a 1 to 2, yes, and I have 3 contracts on, then I wouldn't have a take profit for the runner. I'll just use the stop loss as a take profit. And if price keeps going higher, and the order blocks are supporting price, then I just move my stop loss below those order blocks. That's why when you see, folks say like, who's making money? People are going long, and where they're putting a stop loss under here, under here, under here, under here, So this is all like sell side liquidity, right? That's building up here. So once price go up here, you might want to tap there and then sell off, and then we're just gonna attack the folks that are making money, right? And that's why, said put our stop loss here. That's why I keep moving my stop loss. Put it here, I put it here, here, and now I have it here. So it wants to knock me out, use me as liquidity, and then rally. Okay, that's fine. And when you're already in profit, and when you're already, when you're a runner, you just have to manage your trade at that point. Get some more water. This is about at least 1 hour already to sit and watch through, but I'm telling you, man, you're gonna find value. 'Cause just like my mentor, he's gonna talk, and he's gonna just let stuff run, right? So if you want to speed up the video, you could use the settings at the bottom right on YouTube and just speed it up how you want to speed it up. But I also do want you to listen to what I'm saying, right? Because I went through mentorship. I went to the YouTube mentorship. I should clarify that. And when everyone was making money, and I wasn't like, I was just studying, and now I feel confident enough to come on here and, you know, show executions. Now I feel comfortable here to build my channel, answer any questions that, you know, any new traders may have. How far are you on your journey? You know, stuff like that. What are you struggling with? What advice I could give to help with, you know, like over trading, like stuff like that. There's a lot of psychology videos out there you could use. But if I could give any, you know, input on what I did, what helps me, then and it may help you, right? Because the broad answer is going to be like, find what makes you happy off the charts, what makes you fulfill, you know, and then you would know. And when you know, you know. Sounds cliche, but it's true. When you know, you just know. It's just gonna click, and you're gonna be like, ah, I get it now. I get it now. And most people don't get it until they lost a lot of money. You know, a lot of resets account. So, but once you get it, man. See what's playing around in this fair value gap here. My stop loss is below that, so it looks like it's gonna get hit now and take me out. Close below it. Come on. There we go. All right. That's it, guys. That's it, folks. Peace and love. I'm out.